And now, it's time for the Middle Ottington Dispatch, another week of wonder and chaos in the rural Midwest. Right, so for this explainer, I really want you to picture me as your local village storyteller. I'm perched right at the edge of the woods, peering through my trusty brass spyglass, looking directly at the homestead of a lovely couple named Snow and Charming. Today, we're going to dive into a fascinating week in their lives. We'll be looking closely at that delicate balance between the messy, everyday realities of rural living and, well, the absolute magic of nature.
It's a real fairy tale-like journey, you guys. We'll be walking through the daily dispatches from the Bear Acre Bulletin and Snow's very own journals, just watching how Snow, Charming, and a really colorful cast of animals handle whatever the elements throw at them.
So here's our chronological map for the week. We're starting on Monday, June 1st, and going all the way through Sunday, June 7th. We're going to watch this beautiful tug-of-war unfold between some soggy chaos and pure natural enchantment. Let's get into it.
Number 1. Monday. The Invisible Editor.
You know, every good cast of fairy tale characters needs a mysterious figure, right? Well, as we point our spyglass at the homestead on Monday, we are actually not focusing on Snow or Charming or even the chickens. We're looking for the one character who is absolutely essential but literally never seen on the property. Meet Bitey. He's the editor-in-chief and digital correspondent for the Bear Acre Bulletin. As you can see here, he operates from an undisclosed location somewhere out beyond the woods. You are never going to see Bitey carrying a feed bucket or out there planting tomatoes. Instead, he's this vital, mysterious force who's just a message away for Snow and Charming. Whether it's untangling rough drafts, doing some emergency proofreading, or just encouraging mischievous projects, he is the guy keeping the stories of Middle Ottington flowing smoothly.
Moving on to number 2, Tuesday, Chaos and Vets.
Okay, so Tuesday is where our fairy tale takes a bit of a messy turn. Into the mud, some broken machinery, and a highly uncooperative homesteader named Gingy. Now, Gingy is a German Shepherd and Blue Heeler mix. So what does that mean? It means she is incredibly smart and, oh boy, incredibly stubborn. Just look at these evasive maneuvers during a trip to the vet. First off, she stubbornly laid down right in the middle of the drop-off pad. "Nope, I'll just stay right here," she effectively said. Once they finally got her inside, step 2, she hid under the exam room seats. Step 3, after finally getting her shots, she snapped at the assistant, jumped off the table, and popped her chin right on the floor. Ouch! But hey, the absolutely crucial point here is step 4. Despite all of this drama, the literal second she got home, she declared victory, demanded to go on patrol, and immediately started chasing squirrels. The watchdog was officially back on duty, folks.
But Gingy wasn't the only one having a rough Tuesday. Over in the yard, the automated mower, affectionately known as Yardbot, sat totally broken in the rain for 5 straight days, just stubbornly popping out error codes. The mud was definitely winning that battle. But on the flip side, we see a really fantastic turnaround. Charming actually opened him up, gave his mechanical innards a much-needed spa day, and successfully brought him back to life to finish mowing the yard. It's such a great reminder of how human ingenuity on a homestead can quickly turn a super frustrating negative right into a massive positive.
And you know, despite the soggy weather, the wildlife out there was incredibly vocal. Check out these fascinating natural observations from Tuesday's field notes. First up, the crickets. Did you know that if you count their chirps for exactly 14 seconds and then add 40, you get the actual temperature in Fahrenheit? How amazing is that? It's like a built-in thermometer. Then, there's the great horned owl. Snow noted that its warning call didn't sound anything like your traditional hoot. Instead, it was this repetitive mechanical chatter, like something straight off a heavy metal Judas Priest album cover. No way, right? It's just this really vivid reminder that the woods are very much alive, and they are definitely watching. Next up, number 3, Wednesday, a mysterious trail. So as I point my spyglass toward the back of the property, the mundane everyday observations abruptly shift into something that honestly feels like it was pulled straight out of a magical realism novel. The big question, what on earth cleared the edge of the back trail? Snow noticed that this normally overgrown, hidden opening on the trail suddenly looked totally defined. For just a few eerie seconds, it looked exactly as if the space had been freshly pushed back by something entirely unseen passing through. Nothing moved, it was just impossibly clear. And then, by late morning, the trail looked completely normal and overgrown again. Wow. It's just one of those quiet, unexplained moments of natural mystery that makes this property so incredibly captivating.
Moving right along to number 4, Thursday, waiting for the exhale.
Now, the mud has been pretty relentless, but Snow translates the soggy reality into a really beautiful metaphor of anticipation. Read this quote with me. The coming exhale walks in nightshade under a strawberry moon. Okay, so the crucial point to remember here is that the actual strawberry moon is still weeks away, but Snow is using it as this gorgeous poetic symbol. The coming exhale represents that deeply desired, beautiful future relief from the endless rainy weather. It's essentially the homestead holding its breath, just knowing that better, drier, purely magical summer nights are right over the horizon.
Which brings us to number 5. Friday, nature's wild feast.
On Friday, Snow consults her 5-minute balance sheet to see exactly how the homestead's ecosystem is handling this latest cycle of rain. Obviously, the rain has brought a negative impact. Ground prey is completely depleted, and the chickens, despite being fed grain multiple times a day, are dramatically convinced they are literally starving to death. We've all seen a dramatic chicken, right? But in perfect balance, because of that exact same rain, nature is absolutely blooming. Mother Nature has basically laid out this wild garden feast. The forest is just bursting with edible and medicinal plants. Snow even notes that she's harvesting a total abundance of wild rose hips right now, specifically to dry and save for a warm, cozy cup of winter tea later on. The ecosystem always finds a way to balance itself out.
And finally, number 6, Sunday, magic in the garden.
By Sunday, the rain has stopped, the mud is finally settling, and we get to just leave the chaos behind us. It is too enchanted. That is exactly how Snow described the wild garden on Sunday afternoon. I want you to imagine looking right through the trees and seeing the most magical light play dancing softly on the ground, right beneath the wild garden's thick tree canopy. The sun breaking through the leaves, the vibrant greens all around, the quiet hum of the summer bugs. It is a moment of total serenity and pure natural magic. It completely erases all those frustrations of broken mowers and muddy paws from earlier in the week. Talk about ending our timeline on an incredibly high positive note.
Which leaves us with this final thought. As the mud settles and the canopy glows, what hidden magic will next week's dispatch reveal? You know, when you live in a place where the ecosystem constantly challenges you with chaos, but then turns around and rewards you with a wild feast and enchanted light, there's always another amazing story waiting just down the trail. Keep your eyes open for the magic in your own backyard, and I'll see you next time.